It's great to. It's a lot better feeling than the last time I was in here. You know, that's first and foremost, and you know, played really well defensively. We guys did a great job on Young and Ford, which, you know, they're averaging, you know, over 30 points between them, and I think we got them to 16 tonight. And that was the biggest thing for us. Trying to hold them under 20, and they did that, and that was the reason for our success. I mean, we have. There's really two keys for our team, and that's when we get 17 assists and force or 14 assists and force 15 turnovers. We're now 9-0, and our scoring margin is plus 15, and we did that tonight. So if we'll continue to strive for that, we'll have success. And the guys really passed the ball really well tonight, played unselfishly, and obviously, you know, AJ Kajus comes out of nowhere, and, you know, his stats probably, I don't even know, you know, AJ, 6 assists, but he could have had a bunch more. You know, didn't take many shots, the ball didn't go in a lot for him, but just you could feel the speed of the game totally change with him out there, and freed up Latrell and everybody else, and we guarded the ball better with him out there. Our team's just totally different with him out there on the floor.
We saw a big performance from Matt Heyman tonight, 9-13 from the floor, 21 points. Talk about his play a little bit.
Yeah, I thought Matt was really good offensively. Got some open shots. You know, I attribute our guards because, you know, we got him shots. Our bigs made good screens for him. You know, most of his shots were uncontested. So, you know, we expect those shots to go in, and he's put the work in to make shots. So, you know, happy for Matt to see the ball go in. We've seen those kind of games, performances from him before. I think Matt's supposed to be here. I think I left without him, so I'm sorry he's not here to answer any of those questions.
Turn over to the media.
You're talking about AJ. When was he cleared to play? When did y'all find out?
Really, you know, he went to the doctor yesterday and kind of got final clearance today. So he hadn't practiced except for shoot around this morning. So, you know, it's kind of talk about a jolt. He hadn't had a full contact practice yet. So he was we had to go back to some old plays that we ran a month ago with him on the court today. He's a real cerebral player, you know, but he hadn't been at practice a lot, you know, with his injury. He does a lot of rehab, and we've been on the road the last 2 weeks. You know, he hasn't, you know, he came to me this week and just said, hey, if I'd play, are you going to play me? I said, well, if you're clear to play, I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I play you? You know, as a senior, you're looking at 2 games left in the conference tournament, kind of like what Day did last year, except AJ's a 5th-year senior, and, you know, he's got no more collegiate basketball ahead of him. So I really appreciate, you know, his love for Stephen F. Austin. All of our fans should really be grateful for him tonight, and you know, showed an unbelievable amount of mental and physical toughness for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, too, how excited you are to have him back, especially for senior night.
Well, I wouldn't rank it on the same scale as getting married or having children, but not far behind that. You know, I may not look like it inside, but very, very enthused to have a guy like, you know, an all-conference player back out on the court. And his numbers weren't on conference tonight, but he'll get back in the groove. I mean, you know, playing without him has not been any fun.
And then how big of a confidence booster can this win be going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't had a game like this since early January, you know, where we could sit back and relax and enjoy one, and you know, all the guys got a opportunity to play, and you know, had a lot of success out there, and you know, it's our players were kind of frustrated at halftime. I could, you know, talking to them at half, but not the best body language. You were up 9 or whatever, and I was like, hey, what's wrong? They're like, we didn't feel like we played well, and they just felt like they were better. You know, it's a good feeling as a coach, but we've been there so many times this year at halftime when we've had kind of a whatever kind of lead, close to double figures, 8-12, right in there. We've seen that before, and really didn't we made an adjustment midway through the first half on how we regard ball screens, but really didn't. We talked about a couple of things that we wanted to adjust to at half, but really it was more emotional and mental at halftime than anything else, and that was trying to get them out of a funk of not meeting their expectations to what their performance was in the first half as far as the lead goes. because we had that we stopped them at the end of the last possession of the first half, turn it over, and they dunk it right before half, and that's could have been a momentum swing. You know, I'm sure Buckets, you know, has made that comment going into the half, right, Chase?
Yeah.
So we're not living in the past, we're living in the future, unlike some golfers I know. Not hanging on every last shot.
Kind of answered my next question anyway. So.
Coach, I wanted to go back to what you talked about with AJ not having practice for quite a while. You mentioned that today at shoot-around was the first time he'd been on the floor with you guys. He played almost 24 minutes tonight. Like, what does that say about him and his just kind of dedication, not being able to practice with you guys, but staying in shape well enough that he can put in those kinds of minutes?
You said it. Great dedication, and he's had some great workouts. You know, he's been on the treadmill. He's been doing things that he's been allowed to do, and while we've been gone on the road, he's been doing a bunch of stuff on his own with our training staff while we've been gone, and without a ball, with the ball, you know, what he's been limited to do, and you know, really proud of him, that the perseverance, the toughness that he's shown, and his desire. Like, this came out of nowhere this week for us. Like, you know, it's a blessing that he wanted and decided he wanted to play, and pushed the medical staff to allow him to get out here.
And then you also talked about the way you guys shared it tonight, 20 assists in the game. But specifically, talk a little bit about the way you guys shared it in the post, like just from post to post, how well those guys passed it to one another.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. When you can make close interior passing, creating an angle and creating some movement. Like, we worked on this a couple of weeks ago because I didn't think our posts were moving. We call it reacting to post movement. If you can make those quick passes and get the ball up, you have an opportunity to score some points because everybody just stares at the ball around the basket. And we had some of those, you know, those dishes to each other. We call them buddy passes. And we had some of those tonight that were, you know, make you look good as a coach and make those guys look really unselfish to each other.
And then the last thing for me, you guys obviously clinched your spot in WAC Vegas with the win tonight. But going into the game on Saturday and then leading into like this game on Saturday, do you guys, like from here on out, you guys kind of approach it as a win or go home kind of mentality?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked, you know, since we left to go to Cal Baptist, you know, we talked about really we're in the conference tournament now on. You know, every game's been a conference tournament mentality. So, you know, we just got to kind of keep winning. Like, that was the thing after our loss to Grand Canyon was, you know, it was disappointing, but our season didn't end, even though we're trying to win every one. You know, we've got some stuff out ahead of us that we're trying to still accomplish. Trying to get to 20 wins, trying to get to the NCAA tournament, things like that, you know, are still in front of us that we're trying to accomplish. And, you know, we don't want to fall short of them. So, you know, obviously, winning senior day is important. You know, obviously playing a place where Frank Stain was at, that's important to us. And then trying to get the best seed that we possibly can. I don't think we got any help tonight. You know, we could potentially get all the way to the 5 seed if we get some help. We don't control that destiny, but we just want to keep winning games and play whoever it is that we're going to play, you know, along the way. So, you know, it is what it is.
Senior day and cram the Coliseum, your last chance to catch the Jackson Nacogdoches this regular season as SFA hosts Utah Tech this Saturday. Coach, thanks for the time.
Axon.